Hello, today I'm playing the Warden. This came out in November 2015 and concerns a man called Ephraim Barclay, whose family died several years ago and has since been living alone with his very close companion, alcohol. In between his alcoholic blackouts and states of drunkenness, he's been experiencing trances and various nightmares where he appears to be haunted by a creature which looks like a deer or maybe a wendigo. This looks very much like Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I do believe that is a main inspiration for the Warden. Strangely enough, this game has very little coverage. I think a reason why this has almost no attention associated to it, probably the name itself. If you go to YouTube or Google and type in the Warden, all you see is songs, restaurants and books, which are all called the Warden, so it's a very generic name. So our hero is now woken up. Didn't actually sleep on his bed though, considering this house seems very expensive. I don't know what this song is, but I'm quite enjoying it. This game has 4 graphical settings: low, medium, high and ultra. On anything higher than low, it chugs like an absolute bitch. And here's the alcohol. Or rather, here's the completely empty bottles, which are probably meant to be alcohol. It's all empty. It's like you're looking at a fucking ghost. These are ghost bottles, you can see immediately through them. 3:30 in the afternoon, swish. When I said this game was a bit like Amnesia, I'm holding the mouse down, moving it to the right, move it to the left. So you have to drag everything to open doors or to open cupboards. Fucking hell, that made me jump then. It's a bit clumsy with how you click on things because there's no dot in the middle of the screen. You have to try and pinpoint it, well, dead on really. If the noise is coming from the study, surely this is the study. Isn't this where we need to be checking out anyway? Nope, can't see anything whatsoever. Looks like the apocalypse has happened outside with the red sky in the background. Here we go, into the main hallway. Looks very much like the Spencer mansion from Resident Evil. Is that a creature with horns? Ah, it's a goat. So no, it's not what we're after. A goat, horn, some chickens, a horse. Well, a few horses. Quite an interesting design. I can't leave the house, but outside I can hear very loudly, in fact, a lot of animal noises, lots of birds singing in the distance. Why do I have so many plates and knives and forks set out like this? It must be such a waste. Very unhygienic as well, because if you leave these out for so long, then eventually dust will collect all over them. What the? Turn off the stove? How do I turn? Fucking out. Right, let's ignore the kettle and have a look around. There must be something I'm missing. I'm quite surprised that this appears to be a free roaming game. Can't see anything in the mirror. That's a shame. Always a nice source of horror when you can see reflections. I swear that door was broken just a second ago. That it was slanted, almost ajar. Can't see anything of interest outside. Just the same copy and pasted trees. Dear. Amnesia, this is not. This is very clumsy trying to get anything open and closed. It doesn't have that optimization for the Warden. It is quite bad at the moment. My PC can run games like Crisis 3 on mega high settings, and yet it can't even play the Warden on medium without the frame rate chugging like a mofo. I don't know how to turn off this stove, and I've already checked out the study and I couldn't find anything of interest there whatsoever. It was strange that I only heard the noise in the study after I'd entered the study, so the game essentially was telling me, check out the room you've just gone in. Oh, that's what you do. Oh! You just press the E key. I was left clicking it for ages, yeah, just press E and that will turn it off. How your character is able to turn this off, I have no idea. You can't see any sort of buttons or or any sort of fire or heat whatsoever. Don't see how we can physically turn off the stove. Oh well, at least we've done it in the end. The hand is appearing, but I can't click on anything at all. This must be a puzzle that we'll be seeing later on. A camera. Can I look through you? Doesn't seem like I can, that's unfortunate. Old family photographs, I found them in the cellar. Just looks like 4 kids really. Unless it's the same children but just different pictures of them at alternate ages. Looking outside on the ground, you can see that the floor is mega spazzing out. That may be due to the fact that I am playing this on low graphical settings. In the Warden's defense, this is early access at the moment. It's still in beta right now. It is coming up to the final release though, so hopefully the full game should be coming out very soon. The rocking chair which Sarah loves so much. She sat here with Mary on her knee. Sarah's the wife, Mary's the daughter. So that means all these pictures are of the exact same girl. These are all images of Mary. Oh, fucking doors! This door opening mechanic really needs more work. It feels very stiff to try and open anything. It's very awkward. I feel like such a twat trying to open these doors. It shouldn't be that hard. Maybe because my character's like mega hungover or something. How he has managed to drink every single bottle of alcohol that exists in this house. Oh, you bastard. You bastard! Oh, that rocking chair is glitching out like mental on the red wheel. Over the past few years, due to things like Five Nights at Freddy's and Amnesia the Dark Descent, as well as the introduction of Steam Early Access, we have seen a massive surge of horror games in the last few years. And while yes, some are really great, Amnesia probably being the main one, you do get so many awful horror games. It's becoming the cliche. I know Jim Sterling often jokes about how he's playing yet another shitty horror game on Steam. I think horror is getting blasted more so than all the other genres, for the reason that it's YouTube bait. Oh, fucking hell. This graphical popping is really awful. I can open these doors faster now. You just got to give it a run up and you can do it then. I know with things such as Five Nights at Freddy's, that was perfect YouTube bait. Oh! Read Legend of the Warden. Oh, holy shit. That really cracked me up then. So, yeah, YouTube bait where you're just watching people get the shit scared out of them. Oh, I know there's no voice acting in this game. That's a shame. Oh, that's really annoying hearing that typewriter click for every single letter. Oh, the glasses have changed now. They're no longer ghost glasses. They look real. She's looking at the escape route underneath the floorboards. Run. Ah! Dear, yep, this will be another not good, just jump scares. Oh, bloody hell. It's so much easier to make a computer game where you're doing nothing but making the audience or the player just jump out of his seat. The movement of this character is very twitchy, and there's no options to change anything really other than, well, graphics. You can't change audio, so that's very unfortunate. I'd like to think that when the game does fully come out in 1.0, there will be options to better change things such as audio, and that they'll fix the graphical pop-ins. Whether they will or not, I honestly can't say because it's not out just yet. I noticed all the trees are now missing, and that mountains have suddenly appeared. I don't recall them being there earlier. I can't see a fucking thing right now. There's a light. Ah, so this is what we looked through earlier, where there was blood on the wall saying, "Run, shit's about to get real." There's a nice little beam of light there. That's quite a nice touch, I do like that. Okay, that's really bad. The sound is broken when you want to click on these books, which was what that popping noise was. I must say this room does look really nice, very foreboding. The flashing light's also pretty cool. One thing that I find really scary in horror games where a door is open but you can't really see through it, and so you never know what could be on the other side. Here it comes! Why no scares in the bathroom? Strange. When I ran to the bathtub, I really thought something was gonna like pop out like in Eternal Darkness. The bathroom is a prime horror place. What the? Oh! Oh! I think I just missed a scare in here. I heard a orchestral shriek. That's another bad thing about horror games that I've been seeing a lot. Similar to with the jump scares, just combining it with some orchestral hook, which just scares the player, but it isn't what's happening in the game, it scares them. It's an outside source entirely. And it's just very cheap. It's like the equivalent of someone just running up behind you and going boo! Or a cat just jumping on your lap. Oh! A lantern! Right, so yeah, this is very Amnesia. Flee from the house. What was the point of checking out the study earlier? Couldn't find anything in there anyway. Maybe it's just something the developers have yet to finish. It's quite an awkward thing talking about early access, because you don't know what will be added and what won't be. There's a lot of abandonware on Steam, unfortunately. I've been told to escape. The obvious way would be the front door. Yet we're not told why we can't open this. I'm pressing the E key, I'm pressing mouse click. Yeah, absolutely nothing. I'd like to have a reason, even if it's just something like the door's locked. Then that would be fine. That's cool how this... What's it called? A gramophone, is it? It's starting to make all a load of its distorted noises. If you hold right click, you can actually zoom in. Whether the zooming has a real purpose, I don't know. I can't really see it being that effective. Not exactly binoculars. Bottles have all changed. They look much better now. Even though they seem to be coated in white paint and made out of wood. At least it's better than, oh no, spoke too soon, here's the ghost glasses. I need to escape, but I don't know what escape methods I have. My character should know this because he lives here. If the front door won't open, he should know another way out. But he won't tell me, of course. It's a shame where you have a storyline but it doesn't actually do anything in terms of gameplay, such as tell you where the escape routes are. Why can't we open this window? You can fill the lantern infinitely. Does that mean we're going to be backtracking a lot here? It's quite awkward where if you run into the wall here, your character's hand clips through the wall. As a result, the light source is classed as being outside the house. And the point of that was... Oh, fucking hell, it's bright in this room. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, for fuck's sake. Bloody doors. It's very strange how you run. If you run to the side, it almost seems like you're gliding in a way. Why do we have limited lantern power if we can recharge it at will anyway? It lasts a long time, and if we can refill it infinitely, then why not make it infinite altogether? Do away with the whole limited you have to refill mechanic. It just wastes time. For both the developer, I'm guessing, and for the player. Surely it would be easier to just code it in as being infinite instead of making a a little UI symbol showing how much is left, a measurement of time depending on how long you use it and how often it needs to be refilled. At the moment, practically all the scares here have been jump scares combined with orchestral audio. I'd like to see more unsettling horror instead. Here at the main hallway where you see it's all very dark and it's red outside, and there's a few blatant light sources, but they're few and far between other than the character's lantern itself. It's quite a nice touch. But it's a bit sterile though because there's nothing going on. If we compare this to... oh god, bathtubs. Nothing. Oh, okay. It's such a missed opportunity not having a scare in the bathroom. It's the obvious place to do it. Oh god, kids' room. Yep, kids' room is a blatant horror place. So with Amnesia, you always see like nightmares and horrors all around you. Not only in the monsters, but the environment itself. If you've never played Dark Descent, you're being hunted by what he calls a shadow. And this shadow is represented as a mass of goo in a way. It's almost like this fleshy substance which grows out of the mansion itself. It's locked. Why do we get a locked noise for this, but not the main entrance, which is where we logically would need to go considering our objective is to escape? Oh! Can't open this. Yes I can. Oh, that's weird. Oh, it's a fucking... if there's one thing this game needs to sort out, it's this. I'm pushing backwards and forwards. The only way to open this door is to fully like ram into it with my head. We heard noises, presumably from this room, but there's nothing we can do in here. Unusual. If this was alpha, I'd be like, yeah sure, they're still making things, it's still heavy in development, so of course there's going to be a lot of rooms which don't have any activity in yet. But this is beta, and it's very close to release according to the developer's own words. How come you have all these rooms and there's so little going on? I'd still like to know, what was the point of having to turn off the stove? I've noticed the kettle's gone as well, but if this is a dream right now, then that would explain it. Every time you click on that tank to refill the lantern, it only refills about 20% of it, so you have to click it multiple times. Why multiple times? Why not once? It's just useless clicks. Just have one, not 10 or 5. And there we are. This is why we had to check out the study then. Because we can open this bad boy. Fucking hell. Oh, that's a big floorboard. Ah, the cellar. Prime horror spot. Probably because of the Evil Dead film. No wonder you're an alcoholic. You got like 1,000 of the exact same bottles in here. If you've never seen Evil Dead, the film's set in a little shack, like a cabin. There's a location in the house, a cellar, a fruit cellar in fact. And it's where there's a very nasty monster that's been hidden inside it. That's always been a frightening thing in both films and computer games, having to descend like stairs, because things like a cellar are a very dark place naturally. So of course if it's darker it's going to be more scarier, and cellars can be forgotten about. A lot of families put unwanted or very old items in the cellars where they're never really seen again. And you even have movies such as Home Alone where Kevin McAllister, the little boy, he personifies the cellar as having a demon within it. Exact same orchestral noise. I'm outside, cool. I presume we're never going back into the house again, so... well, what was the point in a lot of those rooms? My prediction is that the devs made the mansion itself and then decided to add horrors to it. They fully completed the entirety of the location of the house and all of the rooms, and then afterwards thought, okay, let's put this scare in this room, this objective in this room, instead of making these scares, the story and the house at the exact same time. The fucking game crashed on me, so I had to start all over again. I tried to open up these floorboards and now it's completely fucking bugged out on me. Oh yes, I can make it through though. This is why indie horror games on Steam have such a bad reputation, because of crap like that. I have skipped the video, but the cutscene is still playing, only I'm now on the loading screen. What's the point of skipping the video if the loading screen won't progress until the cutscene's ended anyway? And I'm guessing it's fucking crashed again, hasn't it? For fuck's sake. Yeah, it has. Oh, for the exact same spot, and because there's no save, it means you have to start all over again. And a lot of the mansion's worthless anyway, because all you have to do as soon as you start the game, you go upstairs to where you meet the character, the Warden with the deer horns. You leave that room, you see a door open in front of you, you go in there, collect the lantern, go to the study, open that, go down the cellar, and then you're here. Fuck it.